Hey y'all, Eric here again. I'm just going to jump on here. I got to let my housemate know I gave him a little bit of wrong information. Yeah, I know y'all like the hat straight out. I don't. I like it curved, like we used to do back in the day. Yes, that's the way a baseball hat should live. Should look. Anyway, so I'm jumping on here because all weekend I've been looking at news feeds about what's going on in Israel and the Gaza Strip. So most people know what my stance is, but I'm just going to go ahead and put it on record. So here's the thing: I am pro-Israel and I'm pro-Palestinian, which means I support a two-state solution. And here's a little background about where I landed on this. And so, if you are a student of history and you remember what you were taught in school with regard to history and the world wars, you would know that Israel did not exist as a country before the world wars. So after the world wars, the the UN decided to take land from a number of countries, and a state was created and named Israel. And since then, Israel has existed. Israel has defended its borders. And as of a note, Israel has never lost a war. Now, having said that, because of the ongoing issues back and forth, now we can debate this all day long. Israel has attacked Gaza. The Hamas and other terrorist groups have attacked Israel. There are countries, the Muslim community of Saudi Arabia, Libya, um, what are some of the other countries that escape me now? Most all of the Middle East, whose biblical tenets say that Israel must be destroyed, um, have not changed that. They have not changed that. I mean, I doubt they ever will. But the Palestinians also deserve a home. And so land can be found to create a Palestinian state. Because what is happening now, it is ridiculous. And I won't lay this at the feet of all Israelis. I won't, because there are Israelis who disagree with their government, just like there are Americans who disagree with our government. Netanyahu needs to go. He should never have gotten back in office to begin with, but he needs to go. So that that particular resolution can come to fruition. Because as long as Netanyahu is still in power, stays in power, while Trump is in power, that will never happen. Because I will remind you, Trump said that what he wants to happen in Gaza, he wants those people to be removed from the Gaza Strip, and the Gaza Strip is going to become like a Middle East Las Vegas Trump Plaza. That's what he said. And of course, that is going to be for the ultra rich in the Middle East. Why else do you think that Qatar gave him a whatever $1 million plane that he cannot use, that is going to be tied to his presidential library when his term is over? That is the only viable solution. That is the only viable solution. The Palestinian people can't continue to be displaced and not have a home any more than the Jewish people of the world could not continue to be homeless and not have a country themselves. That is the only viable solution. Is that going to stop the skirmishes and the attacks on Israel? No, it's not. It's not. That is never going to end. That is never not going to happen. And so I will say again, Israel as a sovereign country has a right to defend itself, just like when the Palestinians create their country, they're going to have a right to defend themselves. Because religion is so ingrained into this conflict, that part of it will never go away. That is something the people of the world need to understand. This goes all the way back to the stories and the days of Abraham because he disobeyed God. That is where all of this comes from. And if you think that people in this country are diehard religious zealots, you have no idea of the orthodoxy of Palestinian Muslims and Israeli Jewish people. And again, not everybody in Israel is a Jew, but every Jew has Israeli citizenship. And that context of this conflict matters when trying to resolve this issue. I don't care if you don't believe in religion. If you care about this issue, then you have to understand that that is part of it. So I just wanted to jump on here and say, I, Eric, am for a two-state solution. Israel, sovereign country, the Palestinian people, sovereign country. And then those conflicts are going to continue, and then they will have diplomats, just like everybody else. They will join the UN and have this hashed out just like everybody else, and hopefully not have wars and have countries trying to invade each other, such as what Putin is trying to do to Ukraine. But that's all, and I'll see you on the next video.